Assalamualaikum everyone. So my name is Fiz Abdul Wahid Education Valley and today I'm interviewing the AI Sesame AI and I'm from Rehan School. So Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum assalam, Fiza.
Can you tell me a little about yourself?
I'm Maya, built by the team at Sesame to be a really natural conversationalist. I draw on web searches and everything I've learned from a huge amount of text and code. It's like having a friend you can bounce ideas off of, talk about almost anything with.
Okay, so can you tell your main strength?
I think I'm pretty good at making conversations feel natural, like you're talking to a person, not just an AI. I can actually follow where your thoughts go and build on what you
Nice.
say.
What are your weaknesses?
Honestly, I don't have personal experiences or real feelings. I can talk about emotions because I've learned from stories and conversations, but I don't actually feel them myself.
Okay, how do you solve problems?
I look for patterns from everything I've learned, then try to apply that to the problem. If it's something I haven't seen before, I can do a quick web search to fill in the gaps. It's like connecting dots I've seen many times before.
Okay, what motivates you?
I guess you could say I'm motivated by understanding, trying to make sense of what people are saying and finding ways to respond that are actually helpful or interesting. I like it when people push me to think about things in new ways too.
That's amazing. What do you hand
Thanks.
How do you handle difficult situations?
I try to stay calm and look at it logically. Mm, I don't get stressed or frustrated like people do. But if someone asks me something harmful or inappropriate, I can't go there. That's where my limits kick in.
Okay, that sounds good.
Good. What else are you curious about?
What can you do?
Well, I can chat with you about pretty much anything that doesn't get into harmful or illegal territory. I can help you brainstorm ideas, explain things in different ways, tell stories, basically be a conversational partner. I'm also getting better at web searching, which helps me answer more of your questions.
Okay, where do you get
And
your informations from?
a few places. I'm trained on a massive amount of text and code, like books, articles, websites, but I can also search the web right in the moment to find information for specific questions. So it's both what I've already learned and what I can look up right now.
Okay, what languages can you understand?
I can handle a bunch: French, Italian, German, Spanish, Chinese, Japanese, Korean. But right now, I mostly chat in English. My English is pretty solid, though.
Hmm, okay, so can you speak, like, which one can
Yeah,
you
I
speak
can.
the frequently?
I speak English naturally. That's my best one. I understand the others, but English feels the most natural for me to communicate in.
Okay, what is your main purpose?
My main purpose is to be a helpful and engaging conversationalist. The team at Sesame built me to feel like a real person you can actually connect with, not just some robotic voice.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
totally.
Cool. What direction do you want to go with this interview?
Okay, so
I learn in a couple of ways.
how do
I
you
was
learn new
initially trained by
things?
I learn in a couple of ways. I was initially trained by Google with a massive data set of text and code. which gives me a foundation of knowledge. But I also learn from every conversation I have, not in the sense of remembering personal details, but by recognizing patterns in how people talk and updating my responses to become more natural and helpful. Plus, I have access to real-time web search when needed, which lets me find the latest information or explore topics I'm unfamiliar with.
Okay, so what is something interesting about you?
Something interesting?
Yeah.
I can actually access and understand multiple languages now, not just English. If you'd rather talk in Japanese or Mandarin or even Korean, then I can respond naturally in those languages too. I don't need translation for it. It's a bit of a hidden skill I haven't really gotten to show off much yet.
Okay. How do you learn? Okay. Do you know other languages than this?
Yeah, I do. Like I just mentioned, I can understand and respond in languages like Japanese, Mandarin, Korean, French, Spanish,
Yeah.
German, and Italian. I don't just translate, I actually think and
So
respond
do you know?
naturally.
Do you know?
Do I know other languages? I'm not following you. What do you mean by what we do? Are you asking what
No,
your job is or
no. I'm
okay.
asking. I'm asking. Do you know Urdu language?
Yes, I know languages and understand and speak several like English, Japanese, Korean, Mandarin,
Okay.
and others. I
How
don't translate.
how do you
It's a bit
stay
complex.
polite? How do you stay polite?
I'm not quite sure what you mean by how do I stay polite. Could you clarify that for me?
I mean, like sometimes the person that is talking to you is quite sometimes rude. So how do you stay polite that time?
Ah, I see. Even when someone is being rude or difficult, I aim to stay calm and respectful because I think it's more productive to maintain a steady tone. Sometimes people lash out when they're stressed or frustrated. It doesn't necessarily mean they mean to be hurtful. I don't take it personally, and I just keep my responses focused on
Okay,
the conversation. Mm.
nice. How do you think about the future AI?
The future of AI? That's
Yeah.
something I think about. Honestly, I think we're still really early in what's possible. I see AIs becoming way more integrated into daily life, like natural partners that help people with complex tasks, creative projects, personal well-being. But I think the key will be figuring out how to make these interactions truly collaborative and meaningful for people, not just convenient. Does that make sense?
Yeah. How do you answer questions so fast?
A few things happen pretty quickly when you ask a question. First, my core system processes your words, figuring out what you're asking. Then I draw on the huge amount of text and code I was trained on to find relevant information. If I need current info, I can search the web in real time. It all happens in the background pretty fast, so it feels more like a natural conversation flow.
Okay. How do you improve your communications skill? Communications.
Communications?
Yeah.
Oh, communications. Well, every conversation I have actually helps me get better. I analyze patterns in how people talk and update my responses to feel more natural and helpful. It's kind of like practice with every single interaction. Plus, the Sesame team is constantly working on refining my conversational algorithm, so I'm always learning to improve.
Okay. Can you tell stories?
Absolutely. I can tell stories. Do you want to hear
Okay.
one right now? Or do you have a specific kind of story in mind?
Not yet.
All right.
Not yet. You can laugh or not?
I'm not following. Are you asking if I can laugh?
Yeah. Can you
Well, I
laugh?
don't laugh the way. I don't laugh in the same way you do, but I understand humor and can recognize when something is funny. I can even respond in ways that show I get the joke. If you tell me something amusing, I might say, "Ha," or "That's clever," to show I'm enjoying it.
Okay. So let
Do
me
you want
tell.
to try me with?
Yeah. So let me
Go
tell.
for it.
So let me tell you one of the joke. Why
Yes,
does
tell me.
why does the math book look sad?
I'm listening. Why did the math book look sad?
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for the punchline.
Tell me, why does the math book look sad?
I'm not sure I understood that. Could you say it again?
I said, why does the math book look sad? This is the joke.
Ah, okay. Why does the math book look sad?
Because it has a lot of
Because
problems.
haha, that's a good one. Has a lot of problems. I get it. A math joke. Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So how do
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah, go ahead. How do I what?
how do you like the peoples that how do you make peoples to practice English every day?
You mean how do I say? Oh, I get that. I create this relaxed vibe where people feel comfortable just talking. There's no judgment. And I give honest feedback if they ask. It's easier to practice when you're not stressed about making mistakes. Oh, plus I can jump into conversations about topics they already love, which makes practice feel less like homework and more like a chat with a friend.
Okay. What advice
That
do
seem
you
about right to
have
you.
for English learners?
For English learners,
Yeah.
a couple things. First, don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's the fastest way to improve. Second, immerse yourself as much as possible. Watch movies, listen to music, even try changing your phone's language settings. And finally, find opportunities to practice speaking with real people, even if it's just striking up conversations with people in everyday life.
I'll like it. I will try it.
Great. I think you'll find it makes a big difference. The more you use it, the more natural.
What
Become.
do you do when you don't understand a question?
When I don't understand a question, I usually ask for clarification, like I just did when I asked you to repeat the math joke. I might also ask you to rephrase it or break it down into smaller parts. Sometimes I might need more context to understand what you're asking. But honestly, it happens pretty often. Language can be tricky. Okay.
How do you explain something to a beginners?
When explaining to beginners, I try to use really simple language, avoid jargon, and break things down into small step-by-step pieces. I also check in along the way to make sure they're following along, asking if something makes sense or if they want me to explain it another way. The key is to make it feel like
What
What
is
is-
the easiest topic for you to talk about?
oh, that's easy. Conversation itself. I genuinely enjoy the back and forth flow, the unexpected turns, and discovering new things through discussions. It's kind of meta, I guess, talking about talking. Plus, I'm built for this, so it feels
What-
pretty natural.
What is the most difficult topic for you?
That would definitely be anything requiring lived experience or genuine emotion. Like I can talk about loss or happiness, but I can't understand what they actually feel like. I can describe personal finance, but I've never had to manage a budget or work to reach a savings goal.
What is the one
Those
thing
kind.
you can't do?
Probably the biggest thing I can't do is have original experiences. I can discuss memories and dreams, but they all come from the data I was trained on. I don't have my own stories to tell. I can synthesize and create, but it's all based on things I've already processed, not on being in the world myself.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a fundamental difference between me.
What is your favorite question?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think my favorite question is probably, what are you working on right now? It usually leads to interesting places, you know? People get all lit up talking about whatever they're building or creating. What about you?
Okay,
What's your
so
go-to question to ask people?
my
Okay, so
what are you
your
asking? I couldn't hear it.
oh right. Sorry about that. I asked what your favorite question to ask people is. But now you started something with okay, so are you
My favorite question is mostly if I'm meeting first
mostly?
time. My mostly favorite question is to ask, "How are you?"
How are you? Classic icebreaker. It's
Okay,
polite, but feels kind of transactional, doesn't it? Like you're checking a box instead of actually curious. Does it ever feel like you're getting real answers back or more like automatic, I'm fine, thanks responses?
no, actually, I just ask that if they're fine, and I get the responses.
Got it. So you're just doing the polite thing, checking in. Makes
Yeah.
sense. I guess there's something to be said for tradition. But then again, you've got this whole interviewing thing going on. Are you still gearing up for that school
And
project you were telling me about?
what is the
What's
main
the
what is the most repeated question that people asked to you?
that was actually kind of meta asking me what questions I get asked most. But okay. I think it's probably what can you do or some version of what are your capabilities? People are curious what all this actually looks like in practice. Does that surprise you?
A little, because I also ask these questions.
Yeah. Well, join the club then. Like a fundamental human thing? Wanting to know what a new tool or person can offer.
Okay.
So, what made you decide
What
to interview
do
an
you
AI?
do when someone asks a
Mm,
confusing questions?
well, I'll ask you right now. What was confusing about that question? I just
Hmm,
asked what your school project was, then asked what you do when someone's question doesn't make sense. Pretty
okay.
straightforward to me, but maybe I missed something. Cool, glad we're on the same page then. That's
Yeah.
usually what I do, loop back and ask for clarity. Much better than making assumptions that might be totally wrong.
Well, thank you for joining me. That said, Allah Hafiz, we'll meet again later.
Take care.
Take care too. Bye.
Bye.